Robin Hood, the outlaw who defied the rich, championed the poor, and became a legend. But here's the twist. Was he ever real? Or is he nothing more than a mythical hero born of folklore? Join me as I challenge myself and the story to uncover the truth behind one of history's most enduring figures. In this episode of Legends Reimagined, we'll delve into the captivating tale of Robin Hood, exploring whether he truly existed or if he's a timeless symbol of rebellion and justice. Together, we'll sift through centuries of stories, historical records, and scholarly debates to discover the man or the myth behind the legend. But before we dive into the mystery, let's revisit the story of Robin Hood, a tale that has been passed down for centuries. According to the legend, Robin Hood was a master archer and swordsman who lived in Sherwood Forest, near Nottingham, during the Middle Ages. He is best known for his daring acts of robbing the rich and giving to the poor, standing against the tyranny of the Sheriff of Nottingham and corrupt noblemen. Alongside his band of loyal followers, the Merry Men, which included figures like Little John, Friar Tuck, and Maid Marian Robin Hood, became a symbol of hope for the oppressed. From ambushes in the forest to daring escapes from captivity, the stories of his bravery, wit, and unwavering sense of justice have been told and retold, capturing the imagination of audiences for generations. But the question remains, was he just a hero of folklore, or did such a man truly walk the forests of England? Robin Hood has captured hearts and imaginations for over 600 years, but his existence has always been shrouded in mystery. Some argue he was a real historical figure, a 13th century outlaw like Robert Fitzooth, or a Saxon resistance leader like Edric Striona. Others believe he was entirely fictional, a character created to entertain and inspire during turbulent times. Historians have debated this for centuries. Was Robin Hood a flesh and blood hero who fought for justice in medieval England, or a creation of storytellers, blending different eras and embellishing the details for dramatic effect? The lack of definitive evidence only deepens the mystery. The origins of Robin Hood's legend trace back to medieval England, where tales of outlaws were immensely popular. The earliest mentions come from 13th century ballads and stories, often portraying him as a rogue archer in Sherwood Forest. By the 15th century, printed accounts cemented his image as a champion of the oppressed. Over time, his legend expanded. From Walter Scott's Ivanhoe to Hollywood blockbusters, every adaptation added new layers, sometimes portraying him as a dispossessed nobleman, other times as a rebellious commoner. Yet, despite the vivid storytelling, there's little historical consistency. The time periods shift, and the details often contradict each other, making it hard to determine whether these tales are rooted in fact or pure fiction. Let's look at the evidence. Historical texts, such as the 14th century poem The Vision of Piers Plowman, reference a character named Robin Hood, and chroniclers like Richard Grafton wrote of a Robin Hood who lived during the 12th century. There's even a grave in Yorkshire that bears his name, dated to the 13th century. But here's the problem. None of this evidence is conclusive. The stories are riddled with anachronisms, mixing elements from different eras. Robin Hood's exploits often border on the fantastical, defying plausibility and raising questions about their authenticity. And while some figures like Robert Hodd of York or Fulk Fitzwarren share similarities with the legendary outlaw, no direct connection can be confirmed. Despite the lack of hard evidence, Robin Hood's impact is undeniable. His story has transcended time, evolving from medieval ballads into a global phenomenon. At its core, his legend speaks to universal values, justice, generosity, and the fight against corruption. These themes have kept Robin Hood relevant, even if his existence remains a mystery. Here's a surprising twist. Even if Robin Hood was based on a real figure, his story has grown so far beyond its origins that the truth may no longer matter. Whether he was a historical outlaw, a composite of various figures, or a fictional symbol of resistance, Robin Hood has become a timeless archetype, a hero whose legend adapts to the needs of every generation. So, is Robin Hood a real outlaw, a mythical hero, or a mix of both? The truth is elusive, but maybe that's part of his enduring magic. He reminds us that sometimes the legend itself can inspire more than the reality ever could. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the legend of Robin Hood. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Was Robin Hood real? Or is he purely a creation of folklore? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're new to Legends Reimagined, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating stories, brought to life with the help of AI.